World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Palestinians, Arab nations, and Israeli anti-occupation groups have condemned new measures approved by Israel's Security Cabinet for the occupied West Bank, calling them a step toward annexation. The changes announced by Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich would make it easier for Jewish settlers to acquire Palestinian land. As reported by BBC News, Smotrich said the government would continue to oppose the creation of a Palestinian state. The measures aim to strengthen Israeli control over land ownership and planning rules, including lifting a long-standing ban on direct land sales to Jews and easing real estate transaction requirements. Palestinians fear the changes could increase pressure on landowners to sell and lead to fraud. The United Nations earlier reported that West Bank settlements expanded last year at their fastest pace since monitoring began. In other news overseas, former Hong Kong media tycoon Jimmy Lai has been sentenced to 20 years in prison under the city's national security law. According to CNN, the 78-year-old billionaire and outspoken pro-democracy advocate is one of the most high-profile critics charged since Beijing imposed the sweeping law in 2020. It is the longest sentence handed down under the legislation, and Lai will not be eligible for parole until he is in his late 90s. Lai, who is the founder of the now closed pro-democracy newspaper Apple Daily, was found guilty in December of 2 national security charges and 1 sedition charge. His children described the sentence as cruel and life-threatening, citing his declining health in prison. Supporters have renewed calls for his release, while both Beijing and Hong Kong authorities insist the case is not politically motivated and say he has received proper medical care. And finally, King Charles has publicly addressed the Epstein scandal for the first time, saying Buckingham Palace is ready to support police reviewing allegations involving his brother Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. The BBC reports a palace spokesperson said the king has shown profound concern over the allegations, adding that any specific claims are for Andrew to answer. The palace said it would assist Thames Valley Police if asked. Police confirmed they are assessing whether to investigate a complaint filed by the anti-monarchy group Republic, which accused Andrew of misconduct in public office and breaching official secrets. Reports claim that in the year 2010, Andrew forwarded confidential government information including details about trade visits and investment opportunities to Jeffrey Epstein. The palace also said the king and queen's thoughts remain with victims of abuse. The statement follows fresh scrutiny over Andrew's links to Epstein and an earlier expression of concern from the Prince and Princess of Wales. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.